My mom laughed at me for not owning a penthouse like my brother, but she went silent when she learned what I really owned. The night I came back home, the house smelled like expensive food and old pride. The dining room was bright, filled with soft yellow lights and loud voices. Plates were already full when I walked in. Everyone turned their heads for a second, then went back to talking. No hugs. No warmth. Just quick looks that said, "You're late. You don't matter." I took my seat at the far end of the table. My brother sat in the center, relaxed, confident, wearing a watch that probably cost more than my car. He was smiling as usual. He always smiled when there was an audience. "So the penthouse is finally done," he said, lifting his glass. "Top floor. Full city view. Glass walls. You can see the ocean on clear nights." People clapped softly. My aunt leaned forward, impressed. My uncle nodded like it was his own achievement. My mother's eyes shone with pride. "That's my son," she said, "always moving forward." Then she looked at me. Her smile changed. "And you?" she asked, her voice sharp but sweet. "Still moving from place to place? Still renting small rooms?" The table went quiet for half a second. I felt my shoulders tighten. "I'm doing fine," I said calmly. She laughed. Not loud. Not cruel on the surface. But everyone understood it. "Fine," she repeated. "Your younger brother owns a penthouse, and you own, what exactly?" Someone chuckled. Then another laugh followed. Soon the table was full of soft laughter, the kind that pretends to be harmless but cuts deep. I smiled. I had learned to do that. Inside, something cracked. I looked down at my plate. The food had gone cold. My hands felt heavy. I didn't argue. I didn't explain. I never did. Explaining never helped in this house. My brother didn't defend me. He just sipped his drink, enjoying the moment. After a few more minutes, I stood up. "I'm tired," I said. "I'm going out for some air." No one stopped me. My mother didn't even look up. Outside, the night air felt sharp and clean. I breathed deeply, like I had been holding my breath all evening. I got into my car without knowing where I was going. The road was quiet. Streetlights passed one by one. The city slowly disappeared behind me. I didn't plan it. My hands just turned the wheel. 7 years. That's how long it had been since I last took this road. The houses became fewer. The air smelled different. Trees replaced buildings. My heart started beating faster, like it remembered something before my mind did. Then I saw the old sign. Paint faded. Letters barely readable. I slowed down. The farm was still there. The fence leaned the same way. The dirt road was uneven. A single light glowed near the barn, warm and soft against the dark sky. I parked the car and sat there for a moment, staring. I told myself I would leave. I told myself this was a mistake. But my feet were already on the ground. The night was quiet except for the sound of insects and the wind brushing against dry grass. Each step toward the barn felt heavier than the last. Then I saw her. She stood near the fence, holding a small bucket. Her hair was tied back loosely. She wore simple clothes, like always. Nothing fancy. Nothing fake. Sarah. She hadn't changed much. Or maybe she had, and I just wanted to believe she hadn't. She looked up when she heard my footsteps. For a moment, she didn't move. Then her eyes widened. "You came back," she said softly, like she wasn't sure I was real. "I didn't plan to," I replied. My voice sounded strange to my own ears. We stood there, a few feet apart, like strangers pretending not to know each other. The years between us felt thick, heavy, alive. "You shouldn't be here," she said. "I know." Silence. The wind passed between us, carrying memories I tried to forget. The first time I met her, she was standing right here, laughing at something stupid I said. She had always laughed easily back then. I hadn't heard that laugh since the night everything ended. "What are you doing here?" she asked. "I was driving," I said. "I didn't know where else to go." She looked at me carefully, like she was searching my face for answers. "You look different," she said. "So do you." That was a lie. She looked tired. Strong, but tired. Like someone who carried more than she showed. We walked slowly toward the house. The porch light flickered as if it recognized us. "You left without saying goodbye," she said quietly. "I left because I thought you lied to me," I replied. Her steps slowed. She didn't answer. That silence said more than words. I remembered that night clearly. My mother's voice full of anger. My brother standing beside her. The things they said about Sarah. About how she trapped me. About how she wanted money. I remembered believing them. I remembered Sarah crying, trying to explain, while I stood there, cold and proud. "I trusted my family," I said. She stopped walking. "And I paid for it," she replied. We reached the porch. She didn't invite me inside. I didn't expect her to. The house looked warm. Lived in. A life had happened here without me. "I didn't come to reopen wounds," I said. "Then why did you come?" she asked. I didn't have an answer. 7 years ago, I left this place feeling small and broken. Tonight, after the dinner table laughter, I felt the same way. Only now, the silence felt heavier. She crossed her arms, protecting herself. "You should go," she said gently. "This place, it's not for you anymore." I nodded. But as I turned away, I felt it. A pull. A feeling that something here was unfinished. Unsaid. Unseen. Behind the walls of that quiet house, something waited. And I didn't know yet that my life was about to change forever. We sat on the old wooden bench outside the house, the same one where we once planned a future that never happened. The wood creaked when I sat down. The night air was cool now. Somewhere far away, a dog barked. The farm felt alive, but also quiet, like it was holding its breath. Sarah sat at the other end of the bench, leaving space between us. Not too much. Not too close. "You look tired," she said after a while. "So do you," I replied. She gave a small smile, but it didn't reach her eyes. Life had left marks on both of us. Not on the skin, but deeper. "You came back after all these years," she said. "Why now?" I looked at my hands. They were shaking slightly. "Because tonight," I said slowly, "I felt like I was 17 again. Small. Useless. Invisible." She understood without asking. "My family," I added. "They haven't changed." She nodded. "I know." That word hit me harder than I expected. "You know?" I asked. "Yes," she said quietly. "I always knew how they treated you." Silence stretched between us again. The kind of silence that carries too many memories. "I waited for you," she said suddenly. My heart tightened. "For how long?" I asked. "Long enough," she replied. I swallowed. "I was told you betrayed me." She closed her eyes for a moment, like she was tired of that sentence. "I was told you believed them," she said. I remembered the last day clearly now. My mother standing in the living room, arms crossed, eyes cold. My brother beside her, calm and confident. They told me Sarah had been lying. That she was after our money. That she was trying to trap me. I didn't even ask Sarah properly. I just walked away. "I trusted my family," I said again, but this time my voice sounded weak. Sarah stood up suddenly and walked a few steps away. She faced the dark fields, not me. "I tried to call you," she said. "I sent messages. I even came to your house." I looked up. "You did?" "Yes," she said. "Your mother opened the door." My chest felt tight. "She told me you didn't want to see me," Sarah continued. "She said you were ashamed of me. That you were relieved I was gone." My throat burned. "That's not true," I said. She turned around, her eyes shining in the dim light. "Then why didn't you come?" she asked. I had no answer. Because I was proud. Because I was scared. Because I was weak. We sat back down. This time, the space between us felt smaller. "I built my life here," she said softly. "I stayed because I had no reason to leave." I nodded, but something about her words felt incomplete. "You sound like you're choosing every word carefully," I said. She looked away. "You always notice that," she replied. The porch light flickered behind us. The house looked warm, full of quiet secrets. I glanced at the windows. "You're not alone, are you?" I asked. She stiffened. "No," she said too quickly. I mean, this is my place. Of course I'm alone. The answer didn't sit right. There was a pause. Then I heard it. A soft sound. A laugh. It was light. Pure. The kind of laugh that comes without pain. My heart skipped. What was that? I asked. Sarah stood up so fast the bench shook. You should go, she said. Who's inside? I asked, standing up too. It's not your concern, she replied, her voice shaking. The laugh came again. Louder this time. My chest tightened. That sound didn't belong to this heavy night. It didn't belong to silence and secrets. That's a child, I said. Sarah's face went pale. She looked at the house, then at me, like she was trapped. Please, she said softly. Just go. I stepped closer. How old? She shook her head. Don't. How old is he? I repeated. Her shoulders dropped. The fight left her body. 7, she whispered. The world stopped. 7. The same number of years I had been gone. My mind raced, but my heart already knew. His, mine. I asked, barely able to breathe. Tears filled her eyes. She nodded once. Yes. I felt dizzy. I grabbed the railing to steady myself. You hid this from me. I asked, my voice breaking. I tried to tell you, she said quickly. I swear. Your mother, she came back. She said if I ever contacted you again, she would destroy me. She said you didn't want a child. That you chose your brother. Your family. I remembered the laughter at the dinner table. The pride in my mother's eyes. The way she looked at me like I was nothing. Rage and pain mixed inside me. He deserves to know his father, I said. He deserves peace, Sarah replied. I protected him. I looked at the house again. Somewhere inside, my son was breathing. Living. Growing. Without me. I lost 7 years, I said. She wiped her tears. So did he. We stood there in the dark, both broken in different ways. I didn't shout. I didn't blame her. Because I knew now. The betrayal didn't start here. It started at my family's dinner table. And I finally understood that the real revenge wouldn't be loud. It would be truth. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in my car for hours, parked at the edge of the farm road, staring at the dark house. Somewhere inside, a child was breathing softly. My child. The word felt strange, heavy, and beautiful all at once. 7 years. 7 years of first steps I didn't see. First words I didn't hear. Nights I wasn't there to protect him. The sky slowly changed color. Morning came quietly, like it didn't want to disturb my thoughts. When the sun rose, I made a decision. I wasn't going to shout. I wasn't going to beg. And I wasn't going to fight like the old me. I was going to tell the truth. A few days later, I invited my family to dinner. My mother was surprised. My brother was curious. They both assumed this was my way of apologizing, of coming back into my place. They didn't know I had already stepped out of it. The house was the same. The long dining table. The polished plates. The same cold feeling hiding under warm lights. My mother sat at the head of the table, as always. My brother sat beside her, confident, relaxed. You look better, my mother said, pretending to care. City life must be improving for you. I smiled slightly. Something like that. Dinner began. My brother talked again. He always talked. The Penthouse is finally getting attention, he said proudly. A magazine wants to feature it. My mother beamed. You worked hard for that life. Then she looked at me, the same way she always did. And you? She asked. Still chasing dreams instead of owning them. The table grew quiet. I didn't look away this time. I don't own a penthouse, I said calmly. My brother smirked. I own the company that built it. Silence dropped like a heavy cloth over the table. My mother blinked. What did you say? I've been investing quietly for years, I continued. I never talked about it because I didn't need approval. My brother's smile faded. The building your penthouse is in, I added, belongs to my company. My mother's hand shook slightly as she put her glass down. That's not possible, she said. It is, I replied. You just never asked. No one laughed this time. I took a breath. This was the moment. The one that mattered. 7 years ago, I said slowly, I was told the woman I loved betrayed me. My mother's face tightened. I was told she used me, I continued. I was told she was lying. My brother shifted in his chair. I believed you, I said, looking at my mother. I trusted you. She opened her mouth, then closed it. That same woman, I said, gave birth to a son. The room froze. A son you helped hide from me. My mother stood up so fast her chair scraped the floor. That's a lie, she said sharply. I looked at her calmly. He's 7 years old. Her face drained of color. I heard his laugh, I continued. I saw the fear in his mother's eyes when she thought I'd find out. My brother stood up too. You're making things up. I'm not, I said. You knew. Both of you knew. My mother's voice cracked. I did it for the family. For control, I replied. She shook her head. You would have ruined your life. You already did, I said quietly. Tears filled her eyes, but I didn't feel sorry. I missed 7 years, I said. And you laughed at me for not owning a penthouse. The table was silent. No clapping. No pride. I'm not here to ask forgiveness, I added. I'm here to take responsibility. I picked up my jacket. I have a son, I said, and I won't let him grow up feeling small at your table. My mother reached out. Please. I stepped back. I'm done being humiliated, I said. I'm done being silent. I walked out. Outside, the air felt lighter. Later that evening, I stood on the farm porch again. Sarah opened the door slowly, unsure. I told them, I said. She searched my face. And? They know, I replied. And they can never undo it. She nodded, tears falling quietly. Inside, a small boy peeked from behind the door. He had my eyes. My heart broke open. I knelt down. Hi. He looked at Sarah. She nodded gently. Hi, he said softly. That was enough. I didn't need revenge in words or anger. The truth had already done its work. And this time, when I walked forward, I wasn't alone.